Hi, I am Dilip from Anamika's Academy, and today we are going to learn past perfect continuous tense. As you can see, continuous is there in this tense, perfect is there. So first we will try to find out the difference between past continuous and past perfect continuous so that it becomes clear why we need past perfect continuous tense. So let's have a look of an example. वो दौड़ रहा था. He was running. So when we talk about he was running, this activity of running was in progress at some particular time in the past. Now take the second example. वह दौड़ रहा था, and here if सुबह से add हो जाता है, then its meaning changes altogether. वह सुबह से दौड़ रहा था, which means now this activity went on for a certain period, and that is why it is different from the past continuous. Similarly, we can also say वह 2 घंटे से दौड़ रहा था. So again, this 2 घंटा is a period of time during which this activity was going on in the past. So that is how past continuous and past perfect continuous are different, because in past continuous there is no mention of period, but in past perfect continuous we do have the information about the period. For instance, since morning for 2 hours. Now as far as using since and for is concerned, for point of time we will always use since, and for period of time we will always use for. In fact, these two things are also the identification of past perfect continuous tense. Now we will see how the structure of this tense looks. Subject in the beginning, and then had been. This is the integral part of all the sentences of this tense, and verb will come with ing because the action was in progress, and object and other words. So with the help of this structure we can frame sentences of past perfect continuous tense. Now let's do that. We have an example here. वह 2 घंटे से तुम्हारा इंतजार कर रहा था. Now because of this mention of 2 hours, यानी कि 2 घंटे, this sentence belongs to past perfect continuous. Now let's see how to make this sentence. So वह 2 घंटे से तुम्हारा इंतजार कर रहा था. He had been waiting for you for 2 hours. He had been waiting for you for 2 hours. So this for has come because here we have a length of time or a period of time which is 2 hours. Now let's suppose we want to express the same thing with the help of exact time when this activity started in the past. जैसे कि वह 9 बजे से तुम्हारा इंतजार कर रहा था. So the sentence will be framed like he had been waiting for you since 9 o'clock. He had been waiting for you since 9 o'clock. So here, because of this mention of exact time when this action started, we have used since. So this is to be always borne in mind. For point of time, since will come. For period of time, for will come. So this is how we can make the positive sentence in past perfect continuous. Now let's take some other example. मैं सुबह से पढ़ रहा था. So it will be I had been studying since morning, because morning is an indicative of point of time. Similarly, take another example. तुम बहुत देर से काम कर रहे थे. You had been working for long. You had been working for long. So again, there is a mention of period in both the sentences. That is why we will have to follow the structure of past perfect continuous tense. So after positive, now let's learn how to make a negative sentence. It is not very difficult. यहाँ पे हमारे पास पॉजिटिव का स्ट्रक्चर है. सिर्फ had की जगह had प्लस not जो कंबाइन होके hadn't बन जाता है, और been वैसा का वैसा ही रहेगा. सिर्फ इतना ही बदलाव है. Otherwise, the rest of the structure remains the same. So let's see how we can make a negative sentence. मैं काम नहीं कर रहा था. So we can say I hadn't been working. अगर हमें इसके अंदर कोई पीरियड ऐड करना है, we can always do that. Let's say for 6 months. So I hadn't been working for 6 months. तो देखा आपने किस तरह से हमने had की जगह hadn't लगा के सेंटेंस को नेगेटिव बना दिया है. Similarly, we can make negative of any sentences. Let's take this sentence. He had been waiting for you for 2 hours. वह 2 घंटे से तुम्हारा इंतजार कर रहा था. अगर हमें यह कहना है कि वो 2 घंटे से तुम्हारा इंतजार नहीं कर रहा था, so we can write like this. He hadn't been waiting for you for 2 hours. He hadn't been waiting for you for 2 hours. So the only difference is instead of had, we have hadn't here. And this sentence becomes a negative of the first positive sentence. Now, in our practical life, sometimes instead of saying I hadn't been working, we also say I wasn't working, because this hadn't been is not very popular among people. So most of the time, even this I wasn't working is said by them. After positive and negative, let's see how to frame interrogative sentences. So we will take up interrogative sentences one by one. The first will be the yes-no questions, which will start with had and then subject, and then been will come followed by verb with ing. So this will give us a question which is replied in either yes or no. So let's take an example so that we have a clear view of interrogative sentences in past perfect continuous tense. It is quite simple. Only difference is that the helping verb had will come in the beginning, and then subject, and then been, and then verb with ing. So let's take an interrogative sentence of this situation. क्या वह 2 घंटे से तुम्हारा इंतजार कर रहा था? So the question will be, had he been waiting for you for 2 hours? Had he been waiting for you for 2 hours? So this question will be answered in yes or no. Similarly, let's take another one. क्या मैं सुबह से पढ़ रहा था? Had I been studying since morning? Had I been studying since morning? So we have converted positive sentence into interrogative sentences with the help of this interrogative structure. So this had coming in the beginning is an indicative of yes or no questions of past perfect continuous. Now let's see how to ask a negative question. So that is also very simple. Instead of had, hadn't will come, and the rest of the structure will remain the same. So instead of had, the sentence will begin with hadn't, and that will make it a negative question. Let's take an example. क्या तुम बहुत देर से काम नहीं कर रहे थे? So it will be hadn't you been working for long? Hadn't you been working for long? So normally in our practical life we do use it. क्या वाकई तुम बहुत लंबे समय से काम नहीं कर रहे थे? So if we have to convert that into English, this is the right sentence. So this is how we can make the positive as well as negative of yes no questions. So let's see how to make WH questions. They are those questions which need to be answered with certain information. So here the structure, if you look at, is not very different. Only addition is WH, which can be why, what, when, where, etc. And the rest structure is similar to the yes no structure. So because of this use of additional WH, this becomes the fact finding question. Now let's take an example to understand it better. अगर किसी से ये पूछना है कि तुम इतने समय से कहां रह रहे थे, we can ask it with the help of this structure. Where, kahan means where, had you been living for so long? Where had you been living for so long? तुम इतने लंबे समय से कहां रह रहे थे? So because of this where, again the information is required from the person who is being asked this question. So this is how we can make yes no as well as WH questions.